start with the first point, Smita. This is
Yeah.
for the entrance, right?
Yeah.
See, for the entrance in spice industry, whether it is domestic, we can able to make a category, and export we can make a separate category. So for them, what is the main requirement? This is what you have been
What is the opportunity for them? Yeah. And then what is the requirement?
yes, yes. See, for the entrance, if they are very visionable people and they are entering, they may start with some processing of spices, value additions and all. But before that, they should have a thorough knowledge of the basics of spices. That is the funda. So whether it is an exporter or domestic or whoever it is, this will not work unless and until you understand the basics of spices. So whatever be the spices industry which you want to enter, for all the spices, some basic knowledge of spices you should have. When is the crop growing? How is the crop? When is the crop getting harvested? What is the crop? Carryover stock is there? How is this year production is there? How is the weather this year? And whether it will impact our production or not, or how it will be favorable. And in apart from existing areas, where other areas in India it is growing, so what is their status? And if on a global platform, if we just think about who are our competitors producing cumin, jeera, apart from India, and how is their status, their quality, when their crop will come, and many other factors. See, to understand the concept of any spice, you need to have some information to enter into any spice business, right? Apart from that, the thing, once they get a basic knowledge, right, they should be able to procure at a very lower cost and try to optimize the product operation costs to sell it initially. That is one thing, because spices industry where you have, if I'm not wrong, so 200 suppliers and 1,000 buyers globally. You can say like that. You can put it like that. So there is a huge competition in the spice industry, number one, right? And it is not a very justified margin when compared with the amount we invest in one container or one set of batch actually. So for example, today cumin seeds are priced at 250 rupees per kg. So for a container of 25 tons of container, so the value is coming around 50 lakhs. So 50, how much you expect us to, just you can guess what would be our margin?
5-6%?
You are 2 times higher.
Oh. Wow,
People
that's
for 2% a decent market. This is what we call as decent, but this is not decent. I know. So conventional material, like it's not an IPM grade. There's no pesticide residue compliance or kuch hai nahi. Only you want to trade, buy sell, buy sell, buy sell. Then you will be getting it around 1.5% on an average, and 2 for this thing. And if it's for normal quality, I can say. If it is for a good quality grade, highly pure, bold, cleaned, fantastic material, good grade, good premium, this one, then we can able to claim 1.5% for us. Right. Number 3, if we go for IPM category, say integrated pest management, where we advise farmers to use only limited number of pesticides, approved bio inputs, such that once the crop comes out, the residue level is very limited. As per the importing country regulation, it should pass. Right. So, for example, 0.05 ppm, parts per million. This is what one molecule. This is the limit set by EU authorities. So it should fall below that category. If that is the case, then we can able to export to EU. That is an IPM category, right? So similarly, in all the spices, now Europe, UK is buying IPM grade material. As of now, 35 to 40 countries in the world are procuring IPM grade material, right? With the pesticide residue molecules limit is below the importing countries limit.
So does that mean that even a lot of the existing players, cannot now fulfill that requirement? Is that a gap now, or
there is still an opportunity? Still an opportunity is there, because in one particular product, I am saying, for example, say cumin. This year, last year, we have very good demand, even now also. But sometimes due to political situations, the demand is less. But overall, the requirement and demand is certainly to grow in many folds in the coming years. Because in many articles and many discussions and forums, people are discussing and trying to find out that pesticide residue, high presence of pesticide residues may be one of the causes of cancer.
Yeah, true. It's becoming more and more. Even in India now, people are becoming more conscious of these things and are paying attention to it. So what is the rejection rate at this point when you export? What is the rejection rate of?
What we cannot able to say as a rejection rate.
Okay.
Because once it is, we have to export to EU, UK, or Japan or Korea. We have to follow those compliance laws actually.
Yeah.
For that we invest heavily here in our part, because
to stay compliant.
Yeah. See, farmer, we used to buy around, say, 30 bags, 40 bags, 50 bags of jeera. Each bag around 50-55 kg, so around 2.5 tons to 3 tons from one farmer. Like that, with many farmers, we have been collecting that. Each and every farmer's lot has to be tested for pesticide residue presence. That testing costs not less than 4,000 to 5,000 rupees. Right. So for a quantity of around 2.5 to 3 tons, if I spend 4,000 to 5,000, my testing cost is straight away added 1.5 rupees per kg at that time. Right. That is difficult. Similarly, we do all the farmers individual testing, and once they are collected and it is brought to our factory, so we will split it out into 10 farmers lot this side, 10 farmers lot B. Then again 100% sampling has to be done, then again has to be tested, and once the plot completely it is cleared, then only we are allowed for production. This is what we call. This is a system. So these are all so many, costs involved in
every process step.
Such crops, right? So this is for IPM I'm talking about. If you go for organic,
even more
claiming are organic, and I'm damn sure that much of organic is not at all available in our country. It is very difficult to procure. For even collecting IPM materials, it is very, very difficult. As on now, in cumin, I can say you, not more than, this is the higher side I'm talking about, not more than 20% of the total produce is IPM. Rest all its producement is the normal conventional material, which is consumed by India, Bangladesh, China, Dubai, and to some USA as well, because they are not stringent in pesticides. So this is what happening. So ongoing, now there are 35 to 40 countries, they have started buying IPM grades, like UK, entire European nations, and Japan, India, Qatar, and many others. And in the coming years, you will witness this number to drastically increase suddenly. So the 35 countries which they are buying now, the numbers will increase to 60 and then to 100 in another 3 to 4 years maximum, I can say.
So you're seeing this as a very big threat then to even the existing industry players.
Absolutely.
So why is the change not happening? I mean, where is the big bottleneck? Is it at the farmer end and education, or is it really that the cost of producing IPM grade is so high that it's impossible? What is really the biggest challenge in getting to the IPM grade production?
All the points which you have said. See, one thing is that why a farmer has to do IPM? While the traditional method is there, why I want to do it? What is the benefit of doing that one? What I'm getting? So we are paying a decent premium to each and every crop if they produce it as IPM. Last year, one of the toughest phase when there is more demand for IPM, the difference between the conventional material and the IPM material was 32%.
Whoa.
This is the highest. Now, if we calculate currently, as on now, we will laugh actually. It is 10 to 15 rupees. 10 rupees. 15 rupees. So this is the game. Whenever the demand is lower, demand is high, the difference of IPM will be more. We need to pay more rather than non-IPM. And that when it's surplus, automatically the price comes down and we are able to get it.
Right.
So, we see. Even India FSSAI regulations already. They have included the pesticide residue law is there. That it is not actually implemented.
We have, that is our biggest problem. If it gets implemented, everybody will be forced to.
You can't even buy a single seed of jeera from India if they implement that rule. Because I have studied that limits of MRL limits of FSSAI. In some of the points it is stringent than Europe. Right? I don't know on what basis they have made the limits. Whether they have, how many case studies has been done in the field level for the particular molecule, or they monitored the molecule's presence for years together and then they set the limit. I don't know, because we didn't have any industry consultations at the first time when they set the limit. Previously, last year only they have invited for a stakeholder consultation on this particular subject. But again, the values are very stringent. Some of them, the values are liberal. So, if you are enforcing such a limit in our country, right? So, are we sure that this will, match the product which we produce? Number one, you are implementing the law. What is a crop? You test the crop, the results, whether it is matching that one or not.
Yeah.
And you need not to test. I will say it will not match.
Yeah.
It will not match.
They're probably aware of it, right? It's not like they wouldn't be aware of it. They would probably be aware of it. They just want to kind of, on paper they want to show that they are adhering to global standards requirements and
right. But on the longer run, is better good for the society, health of the people, everything is right.
Yeah, correct.
We have to implement, but we have to consider the essence of that particular molecule or the effect of that particular molecule when it is consumed. The limits which they have set, either European limit or other countries' limit, are I can say as baseless. 0.01 ppm is one molecule they have given. 0.01 ppm. So 0.01 parts per million parts. So spices is consumed per day, if I'm not wrong, 2 grams or 2.5 grams, not more than 3 grams per person per day. Right. That one parts per million point, that's not also 1 parts per million, it is 0.01 parts per million. Do you really think it will, give a much effect on
impact on health?
Health
Practical,
conditions?
yeah. But is this because the European standards require that, or is it because of any other reason?
No, the standards are set by EU legislation. If you want to export to UK, they will comply with this one. But whether that chemical, whether they have done a test on this one, whether they have monitored on that one,
on a human body.
And the main thing is that spices already being having so much of medicinal value.
Yeah,
and
true.
We are consuming after cooking at a higher temperature, more than 100 or something, whatever, 80, 100. So the presence or the effect of such pesticide residues at this level is negligible. 0.01 ppm का कोई जरूर नहीं है. You want to keep it, you keep it around 1 ppm, 3 ppm. Sounds good. Slowly you can able to reduce and make the system correct.
Right. So you're saying it's impractical, but that has to be dealt by, the organizations like FSSAI in collaboration with the EU organizations, right? So that's government to government, whatever discussions and agreements to reach. Okay. But how does this practically then, this would still practically impact everybody who is exporting to EU, right?
Yeah.
How do you deal with it?
Very tough. We have to experience too many constraints of that one, because mandatory testing has now become for some of the products where spices board in India, the nodal agency will do the sampling, test the products, and if the tests is all clear, so only we can able to export that spices to EU. Apart from that, random checks has been done in the destination port, and also authorities may pick up some of the packs in the retail shops, and they can able to raise an issue within the expiry period also. So many situations are there.
Right. So that was what was happening in USA, right? They picked up some of the well-known brands, and then they created a big halla gulla around it. I remember that. Yeah. Okay. I get it. Okay.